Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubdan Tarshi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Haraya, Manudara, Manohara, Vasudara. Sumu, Tanjangatu, Dubdan City, Dubdan Kama, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma teaching assistants, temple and center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone.
I stayed. Hola, amigo. Te quiero mucho. Skoy. Ichiba. Kimuchi. Jumi. Yapi. Puri. Konnichiwa. Bahu. Bahu. Bahu.
You shouted so many times, and only this time is the right time because it's Haraya, the wealth attracting goddess. Of course, we want to be truly wealthy suddenly. Haraya brought all the most beautiful and marvelous things from all the Pure Lands to Sukhavati, the Western Pure Land. Therefore, all Buddhas of the 10 directions highly praise Sukhavati, the Western Pure Land of utmost bliss. Therefore, there is no suffering there. That the utmost bliss is beyond all heavens. So the Western Pure Land of Sukhavati is higher than all the heavens. It's easy to go to Sukhavati, easier. Why? It will be mentioned in the Surangama Sutra. That Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva chapter on attainment through chanting the Buddhas. Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva is the 24th. So we're playing the drums and the bell. When I first heard the elder Buddhist master Li Pinnan giving the sutra teaching, that was at my survey team, the South Gate. There was the Tai Chi Memorial Hall. In China, there were very famous monks, two famous monks. One is Yanning, the other one is Tai Xu. So that was the Tai Xu Memorial Hall. And they invited the Master Li Pinnan talk about Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattvas on the omnipresent attainment through chanting the Buddha. It's mentioned in the Surangama Sutra, the 25 great bodhisattvas. They talk about how they have attainments.
最重要是耳根成就。
But the most important one is through the roots of the ears by listening.
他是菩萨是念佛圆通道。
So he is
听他讲，
achieving through chanting the Buddha's name. How old was I? I was only in my 20s.
刚刚毕业，
I just graduated from college. We graduated from college at about 24, right?
发配到这2年去工作，
So I was dispatched to the survey team
就在
5802
后
team
面就是菩提医院，
in Taichung Southern Gate Bridge.
大菩提
And behind it, there's the Puti Hospital and there's the Taishi Memorial Hall
台中
at the Taichung Road.
那叫做台中，
It's called Taichung Road.
天骂完就在那里，骂完再去
And there's the Taichung Bawan,
再进去
the snack.
南门桥，南门桥再进去就是翠良园，翠良园后面就是菩提医院，菩提医院
So
里面
that's the Southgate Bridge, and behind there's the Puti Hospital, and then inside it there's the Taishi Memorial Hall. Who listen on the Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva chapter on perfect penetration through recitation of the Buddha's name
对于
in the Surangama Sutra.
佛国净土
So
很重要。
it's extremely important for rebirth in Sukhavati.
除了阿弥陀经，
Other than Amitabha Sutra, Infinite Life Sutra, and contemplation on the
往生论
Infinite Life Sutra, and then the Deliverance
中的法宝，
Treatise, and then the Mahastama Prapta chapter on perfect penetration through Buddha recitation.
那往生西方极乐世界，看到佛才天理就没有问题。
So if you are born in Sukhavati and you see Haraya, then there will not be any problems at all. When you go there, you have everything.
都有，
And you get to Sukhavati, you will have the big buildings you want.
有啊，
You want to go swimming? Sure. They have the ponds, lotus ponds of 7 treasures with 8 merit waters.
黄金有啊，
You want gold? It's everywhere. It's golden sand on the ground everywhere.
所有全部都是四宝所成，七宝。
So they were all made of 7 jewels, 7 treasures,
如云而取，
the golden palaces. And you can just get any you like. We have everything there. Gold.
那在那里呢，每天都是最好的音乐。
Over there you have the best kind of music every day.
只要一听到声音，
Upon hearing it, suddenly your body, speech, and mind are purified.
那种修行是自然的。
So such a spiritual cultivation is very natural.
佛才天理啊，来自于西方极乐世界，
So Haraya comes from Sukhavati.
他是最高的财神，
She is the highest wealth deity,
是佛难。
and she hooks all the best things to Sukhavati.
我们这个净土的最好的东西都在
All the best things of all the pure lands are now in Sukhavati.
自然什么都有。那里的众生啊，心中所想，
So the sentient beings there will have everything they think of.
马上
Whatever your heart desire will immediately be fulfilled.
那个才是最美妙的财富。心想事成，
So that's the best kind of wealth. Is you don't need to have anything, just like to have your to have your desires or thoughts fulfilled. Whatever you think of will happen.
那不是极乐是什么？
So wouldn't that be the utmost bliss?
你想要什么，什么就出现了。
What else would you want? Whatever you think of, whatever would be accomplished and will happen. And you will have whatever you like.
那才是傻瓜。
So if you don't want to go to such a place, then you must be a fool.
佛财店也很棒。刚刚我有看到佛财天女，看到。
Just now I saw Haraya.
再看一点。
And then I turned my head again and looked at her again.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. I would like to announce for next Sunday, July 19th at 3 p.m. So powerful.
就是多戒，biomorphine. Next week, July 19th, afternoon 3 o'clock p.m. So powerful. Biomorphine. 大力金刚吧。
Great power, Vajra, Mahabala, Homa fire offering for next Sunday. This is the mudra.
这是这一尊。
This deity here.
这一尊哦。
This is a wrathful mudra. Master Lien Yin of the Rainbow Temple truly cherished him and placed it next to the bathroom, towards the bathroom. And I told him, oh, that's good. If you want to place it there, I want to have him back to the South Mountain retreat. And immediately, he brought it here. He did not reject the master, but he moved it here, so he meant that he didn't want me to bring it back to the South Mountain retreat. But Master Changlen knew, so he created another one that's exactly the same, and we placed it at the South Mountain retreat. Master Lin Yin put him next to the bathroom, and I told him, oh, you put him there? Let me just bring him home. And so immediately he moved him here. Mahabala. He embodies Padma Kumara, Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, the great power, envoy, golden mother, and Amitabhas are all in Mahabala. Wrathful mudra in front of the chest.
Om Mahabhalaya Swaha. Om Mahabhalaya Swaha. Om Mahabhalaya. Om pray.
Mahabala. The Vajra deity with great power is very powerful protector of true Buddha school.
就是很那个
This deity,
有请那清洁工来清洁。
we have a house cleaner for the house, for my house,
清洁工到了我们家，
and she's Mexican. And when she saw to our home, wow.
你说
And she said,
他讲了一句话，跟连琦上师他用英文讲，
using English to Master Lien Qi,
房子是他们在清洁当中最奇怪的房子。
of all the houses that they clean, this is the strangest one. The strangest one.
都是哇，都是
Because in it,
中央大力金刚，
there are Mahabala at the center, Hevajra here, Salakat Kalachakra there, Yamantaka,
那这边又是不动明王，
and here Akalanata.
外面还有2个门神，
And then the two gatekeepers, and then the generals Heng and General Ha.
不小心，
And so they were very careful when they were cleaning.
我终于跑到一尊面前，
And then finally they got to a statue and said, I think we know this one.
他们总算认出一个亲人，
So they finally
那个墨西哥人，
finally found a close one. I think we know this one. And then asked Master Lien Qi.
我说是啊，
And then he said, yeah,
耶稣基督啊，
that's Jesus Christ.
这里也有耶稣，
What? You also have Jesus Christ?
我们都
And then they joined their palms.
终于认到一个亲人。
So finally they met a close one.
他说他们因为清洁工嘛，墨西哥人，
So Mexican house cleaners came to our home, and they've never seen a house filled with so many
像这一尊，你看吓不吓人？
like this deity here. Isn't that scary?
看到跟他看一次你就吓跑。
When they look at you in the middle of the night, you would run away.
是如音啊，
But interestingly,
他出生
Alice Lu Yin,
看到这个，
she's not afraid.
然后他
She's very fond of
看到
this deity,
他这边拜
and then
拜拜，
and then
哎，他还会合掌会拜拜，
join her palms and pray here and even consecrate them.
你说那个一般的那个墨西哥人看到，
But typical Mexican, seeing such deities, but
孩子看到，
for us we're okay.
一般人看到比较没有什么那么惊吓，
But for children and Orientals, they're okay.
一般人看到真的是
But for Westerners, they would be shocked
所有清洁当中最奇怪的房子。
that of all the houses they clean, this is the strangest one.
看了半天，终于看到一个耶稣基督，
And then finally they find Jesus Christ.
终于找到会回归的对象。
Finally they found a familiar one.
Next week 就是这一尊啊，
So this is for next week. Mahabala.
手套
He's so powerful.
现在谈论回答。
Now let's do Q&A.
意思想，
The disciple said,
基本上是佛佛安，意思
Beloved Grandmaster, peace. Huh? I come from far away.
没有国家， 没有什么来自远方。
We did not say the country.
非洲吗？
Hmm?
我们在非洲有一个分堂。
Is it Africa?
非洲有好几个分堂。
We have several chapters in Africa. There was one in Ivory Coast,
那个南非联邦。
in South Africa,
西非。
and West Africa.
西非也有分堂。
We also have a chapter there, West Africa.
西非分堂经常跟谈另外联络。
The West Africa is often in contact with Hanifa.
是哪个国家？
是 Benin
啊
Benin
这边呢？哪里反对？
你有听过吗？很小的国家是吧？
很小的国家，在海岸 Benin
菲尼 ，OK， 菲尼，它住哪个 city？
那个 city 叫 Oda
欧大。我知道是欧啊，是奥巴马的欧啊，非洲是欧的，也不错啦，也不错，也不错，它能够设一名堂在那里也不错。哦，很供了很多的同仁送过去的画像，还有很多的图片。 照了当成给我看，还蛮像样的。弟子来自远方，非洲吗？
So a disciple from far away, is that from Africa? So to pray for the Buddha to remain in the world, we diligently dedicate both worldly and spiritual practices, sincerely praying for Guru Buddha longevity and continual presence in samsara. So Grandmaster has instructed us to live long. We should reduce desires, be content with what they have, practice Amitayu sadhana, perform Ganachakra offerings, and carry out great virtuous deeds to extend our lifespan. And also taught that one great good deed is equal to 3,000 merit points. So maintaining purity of body, speech, and mind is a supreme great merit and great virtuous deed. However, it's not easy to constantly maintain the purity of body, speech, and mind. It requires time and cultivation. So the foolish disciple prays that you can teach us how to accomplish 3,000 small meritorious deeds within a short period of time to fulfill one great virtuous deed. So we can dedicate the merit to Grandmaster's lifespan and praying that the Buddha stay in samsara. And not only that, also all disciples can elevate our level of cultivation. This would benefit. So purity of body, speech, and mind is that the great supreme merit and virtuous deed? Yes, of course. If you can have pure body, speech, and mind, that is a great meritorious deed. But in reality, it is very difficult to achieve. Really, yesterday, the Surangama Sutra, we have talked about it. We thought about it today, but the next day we forget. It's very difficult to do. That's the fact. You keep shouting, 包覆,包覆 all day long.
你有钱也可以做财师啊，对不对？
But there is benefits to get wealth. Then you can do some good deeds. When you have money, you shouldn't be stingy.
举一个例子，
Let me just give a simple example with Sung Yen Lu Foundation.
圣愿路反电讯，
Now,
佛经现在在
for Qing manages Sung Yen Lu Foundation.
我们的这个医院
She gives to our local hospitals, clinics. It's called ICHS, International Community Health Services.
它确定能够排
When you go there, you would see a plaque that indicates Sung Yen Lu Foundation as a donor.
据我所知啦，它一共有3家，
According to what I know, there are 3 clinics, one in Bellevue, one in
巴
Chinatown,
拿那里有一家，
one in Ballard area,
巴拿那里好像有一家，就是那个沙加雷藏、沙加市那里，
close to the Sakya Temple,
另外还在西雅图好像也有一家，
and one in International District in Seattle.
那个国际诊所还要盖这个华人的老人院，
And ICHS is also building a
佛经
senior care facility for the Chinese.
他一共捐了给国际诊所。
And for Qing has told me that she has given 750,000 US dollars to them.
我们同仁大部分一有什么病啊，都去牙科啊，
And many of our disciples would go there
因为大部分
when they have
而且好像是免费。
illnesses or dental issues, and they cover a lot insurances, and some of them are free, especially for us in this outfit. They give good services.
神言路反电水就捐
So Sung Yen Lu Foundation has donated to them,
75万，
and we have donated 750,000 US dollars, and they will now build a senior care facility for the Chinese.
而且
So costs, medical costs there seems to be lower, right? And we can go there anytime.
这样
You still need appointments. Yeah, in America you need appointments,
过去它比较便宜，
and it's lower costs.
西雅图的教室啊、踩雷啊，
So it's more appropriate for the Seattle Lechang Temple or Rainbow Temple's community. The other hospitals are more expensive and require
这个国际诊所
certain insurances. And in ICHS, they also speak Chinese,
国际这种
Mandarin or Cantonese. And Ho Ching told me
坦白讲，国军也比较同情那些移民，
she is rather compassionate toward the new immigrants
来了那些困难的
that are in difficulties
啊，没有办法读书的，
and they need help to go to school. They would be given scholarships or certain helps for health care.
还有帮助这个医疗方面
So
方面的，主要是重点
the two
的障碍就
primary focus, 3 primary focus. One is schooling,
将来
and then health, schooling or education, health, and also disaster relief.
在一个范围之内，
So, but for
是华盛顿州这个范围之内，
public foundation, it needs to be
可以到全世界。
only in America or in Washington state. But if it's changed to private foundation, then it can be applied to all over the world globally. So it will change in the future.
到全世界 各地通通都可以去。
So when it's changed to private foundations, then you can help
你在
globally.
基金会你去受
But public charities, you would be under U.S. government's regulations.
它的范围比较广。
So the private foundation can have a broader coverage, but then you have to pay taxes for
基
it.
金会啊，它是属于私人基金会。
Bill Gates, Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation is considered private foundation.
华盛顿州的公立的基金会，它只能够布施在华盛顿州。
So if it's public
整个美国
foundation, it's limited to either Washington State or certain
不过
U.S. area.
尼泊尔那边有去盖学校。我
But I remember we helped build schools in Nepal because Fu Qing and Andy had gone to Nepal
看他建起来的给那个小孩子读书的学校。
to build schools for children. We also help Haiti.
他也帮过。
We have helped them as well.
另外还有几个地方，
And a few other places.
是尽量在做这些善事。
So we still
他刚刚问的就是
continue to do good deeds. But the question just now, the purity body, speech, and mind is extremely difficult.
最大的问题。
That's the greatest merit.
昨天晚上我已经讲，
The purity body, speech, and mind. Last night I have talked about it. It's very, very difficult.
6根，
Buddhahood relies on the 6 roots.
也是6根。
But samsara or transmigration is also due to the 6 roots.
根尘无碍，
There is no
根
difference.
尘
6 roots, 6 dust. So 6 sense faculties and 6 sense objects are not 2 things, just 1 thing. So Buddhahood, 6 roots. Samsara, 6 roots.
他《楞严经》有讲到，
So the Surangama talks about it.
只是妙明真心上面浮在上面，
So the 6 roots are just
这个飞花
illusion, like flowers in the sky attached to the wondrous luminous true mind, above the wondrous luminous true mind. So they're just illusory illusions.
佛性是真实，
Buddha nature is real. There are 2 different worlds. One world is the true, real world that belongs to the Buddha nature,
虚幻的世界，
and the other world is the illusory world
是属于6根。
that belongs to the 6 roots.
我们活在的世界就是属于6根的世界。
The world we live in is considered the world of the 6 roots, the illusory
没有
world.
人没有发现，我们是生活在虚
But nobody can discover, nobody realizes that we live in the illusory world, and therefore you continually cycle in the 6 rebirth realms.
开悟，其实就是
So the enlightenment that Sakyamuni Buddha talks about,
虚幻
let me tell you, is that this world is illusory.
的真实世界。
So you need to recognize your own real world.
虚幻的，
But
刚灵是界
is this an illusory world? How could it be illusory? Vajraceptor is Vajraceptor, Vajrabear is Vajrabear, microphone is microphone, the mirror is the mirror. How can it be illusion?
到了有一天你会知道，
One day you would know.
真实的跟虚幻的。你终于明白，
The difference between the real one and the illusory one. What you see are just flowers in the sky. What you hear, just like flowers in the sky. What you smell are also just flowers in the sky. What you taste, what you touch are all flowers in the sky. Illusions.
全部是空
All your thoughts are illusions, empty flowers, empty manifestations.
你这样的真实的世界，
When you have got to the real world, when the wondrous luminous true mind appears,
你才会认识以前所有的一切全部都是
then you would recognize that everything else of the past are illusions
但是我们
and illusory. Sakyamuni Buddha continues to repeat this, but we're still deluded by what's in front of us. Nobody can truly recognize
从
it.
小孩子时代，
Since childhood,
这世界是真实。
I thought the world is real.
后来，你眼前的东西一件一件会消失掉。
And then things in front of you will gradually disappear one by one.
消失掉。
Father passed, mother disappeared, siblings disappeared.
虽然他们活着，
Although they're still alive, but we haven't been in contact for a long time.
你以为夫妻是真实的，
You think a couple is real, they will disappear too.
儿女是真实的，
Your children are real,
消失掉啊。
they will also disappear.
到最后，没有了，
And eventually,
掉。
you yourself also disappear. It's all gone.
我觉得我生病很有价值。
I think being sick was very worthy.
到欧布那个
Their master went to Overlake Hospital,
开刀2次，
had 2 surgeries
让你知道什么叫做病，
to let you know what sickness is all about.
让你有经验。
It's an experience.
让你知道什么叫做
To let you know what pain is all about.
有钱。生也光，病也光，老也光。
So you have experienced birth and aging and illness and pain and only death that we have not experienced yet.
让我生病，
They let you be sick so that you know about the suffering of illness,
让你去尝它。
to let you taste or experience the suffering of illness,
让你腰痛，
to give you back pain, leg
知
pain,
道痛的滋味，
so that you know the feeling of
脚
pain,
不难行，
to let you have difficulty taking steps, walking.
等你病痛都尝过了，
After you tasted all those pain and
然后希
illnesses,
望全部消除，
to eliminate all of your desires.
你才能够认明你自己。
In order for you to recognize yourself, it turns out that your own body is also not real.
有一天，
Therefore, one day,
前天晚上，
2 nights ago,
他们带我去看
they
很大，
brought me to see the animal realms.
真的，阿修罗道我也去过，
I have visited the Asura realm too.
畜生道我也去过，
Now I had been to the animal realm.
他带我去看畜生道。
They took me to see the animal realm.
畜生道，他带我怎么去看畜生道？
How did they bring me to see the animal realm?
佛菩萨下降的时候啊，
When the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas descended,
开腹，
covered me with the tiger skin on my body,
我就变成一只老虎。
and I became a tiger.
然后放到森林里面，
And I was taken to the forest.
我说我明明是人啊，
And I said, I'm a human. How come now I become a tiger just like that?
我没事，
And they said, it's okay.
带你去看畜生道。
I want to take you to see the animal realm.
老虎
So we change you into a tiger first.
在哪里？
Where is Sun Yanlu?
虎皮的底下，
It's
虎皮的身体里面，
inside the tiger skin.
你去看吗？
So go look.
很多动物看到老虎，它们吓，
When many animals see tiger, saw me, they all ran away, scared.
我说我是卢生燕，
And I said, I'm Sun Yanlu.
你现在是老虎。
No, you're a tiger now.
哎，我是人啊，
I'm a human. How come I have become a tiger? But now you're in the animal realm. I'm bringing you to the animal
告
realm.
诉你，所有的动物啊，
Let me tell you,
畜生啊，
all the animals
里面的啊
have people inside it. Humans are inside all those animals.
想想，
Think about it.
六道轮回就是这个样子。
That's how the sixth rebirth cycle is. Don't think that you're a human.
你变成老虎哎，
You've become a tiger.
老虎皮里面，然后被带到畜生道。
I was being placed inside a tiger skin and became a tiger and saw all the animals.
你不去看，你不知道。
You would not know if you did not see. You'd think a tiger is a tiger. No.
人，
Inside it, it's a human. That was me.
你不晓得，
Little did you know,
眼
with the blink of an eye,
你已经在猪笼子里面。
when you woke up, you're already inside the cage.
你看着那些人吃下的那些东西摆在那，
And you saw the leftover food right in front of you.
这个东西很脏，我不吃。
And I said, ooh, that's dirty. I don't want it.
但是你肚子饿啊，
But you're hungry.
到最后你还是吃了，
So lastly, you just ate it.
味道还蛮好。
And then you found it didn't taste bad.
台湾人养猪是用喷呐、
But as to raise pigs, we use all leftovers mixed together.
那猪的味道还好吃。
But for the pigs, they are quite
用饲料喂
tasty.
出来的猪就比较难吃。
The pigs that eat leftovers is tastier, but when they eat feeds,
食物也是一种食物，
that's not as
六
tasty.
道轮回也就是一种食物链呐、
So that's the food chain, the 60th cycle. They're all food chains.
后被装在老虎皮里面呐、移到那个动物界去看所有的动物的时候啊，
So when I was stuffed inside the tiger skin to see all the animals in the animal realm, and I said, "No, I'm Sun Yanlu." No, but you're not. You're a tiger. All the animals, upon seeing me, they all ran away as fast as they could.
我问佛菩萨，
And how come? Why is this like this?
这个就是六道轮回。
And the Buddha's Bodhisattva said, this is the sixth rebirth realm for you to see.
我真的被装进老虎，我绝对不会骗你。
I don't lie. I was really placed inside the tiger skin
去看所有动物，
and taken to the forest to see all the animals. No friends. Really.
动物堕入动物界就是这样。
So that's how it is when you fall into the animal realm.
猪的时候啊，
When you become a pig,
我怎么会变成这样？
how come I'm like this now?
那只猪讲话，两只猪在对讲，
And when two pigs are talking to each other, they can understand each other.
哎，你是哪一位？
Who are you?
我以前姓陈，
My last name was
我
Chen.
以前姓曹，我以前姓赵，
I was Cao. I was Zhao.
我以前姓林，
I was Lin.
这样。
The family names Chen and Lin are all over the world.
大堆的猪，
Many pigs. How come?
你那时候
How come they're like that?
变成猪来不及了。
When you realize you have become a pig, that's too late.
变成猪胎，猪胎转世。
So you were born through the pig's womb and you saw all this yucky food. I've never eaten things like that. But because you're famished, you had to eat and you ate it.
看到同伴对两个人讲话，
And you saw
过去怎么样？
someone and they talk, oh, how was the past? What happened in the past? They could communicate to each other.
猪跟猪可以
The same, they can communicate among pigs, among themselves.
前两天而已，前两天晚
Only 2 nights ago,
上被塞到那个
I was being stuffed inside the tiger skin
畜生道去走，
and became a tiger and walked around the forest. They told me
畜生道。
to let you see the animal realm.
很可怕。
So scary.
讲到这个，
Thinking of this, oh,
还是六道轮回，还是不要去。
it's still best not to cycle in the 6 rebirth realms. At least you should go to heavens,
极乐世界，
to Sukhavati, to the western pure land of utmost bliss.
世界到那里去，
In heavens, you still have to be reborn. It's still part of the 6 rebirth cycles. But if you go to Sukhavati, to the pure lands, to the Buddha worlds, eventually you will have attainment. You will see Amitabha Buddha, Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Eventually you would become a Buddha. You would see the lotus, because all beings there are the great spiritual teachers.
影响你。
So the environment will affect you. Huh?
37道，
And then you would naturally practice the 37 aids to enlightenment.
不是善就是恶。
In the Saha world, it's either good or bad, and the 6 roots are all turbid, and you cannot see clearly. But in Sukhavati, you can see clearly.
这个也是一个试炼的场。
It's a good training ground, though, in the Saha world. But the 3 lower realms, by all means, don't fall into hell's hungry ghost realm or animal realm. Don't go there. The 3 lower realms.
就是那个主要的意思。
So that's the primary meaning in the Surangama Sutra.
他问的身口意清净，
So the question, the purity of body, speech, and mind. That's right. But
阿罗汉啊，
if you have pure body, speech, and mind, you have become a great arhat.
出世啊，
That's not just one great deed, great merit,
难是难，但是
but it's extremely difficult
每一个人都是
because every one of us
眼耳鼻舌身意，
is
妄念妄想，
bound by the six roots: ears, eyes, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and by your delusional thoughts.
财啊，
And the first one, wealth, money.
但是财也要能够应用，
But when you have wealth, you should be able to put it to good
让
use.
你有一个好的身材，健康的身体，
If you have good figure, healthy body, handsome face, or beautiful look,
你就要好好的应用啊。
then you should make good use of them
因为这个时间很短，
because time is short.
青春啊，样子美丽，
Youthfulness is very short. Being beautiful or handsome,
英俊
tall,
是一个模样。
it's just an appearance.
到老了你就知道，
When you age, you would
要
know.
老
Once you experience old age, wow,
老苦，
the suffering of old age.
大家都很苦。
Everyone suffers.
妈妈跟我讲，我那
My mother told me we climbed the Rainbow Hill at that time. I'm halfway already, and my mom was still at the bottom of the hill. And I said, "Mom, how come you're still down there? Why don't you come up?"
你老了你就知道，
And my mom replied, "Once you're old, you would know yourself. Once you reach that age, you would know yourself. At that time, it's difficult to walk even."
那脚筋松了，脚我妈妈的脚脚筋啊，
The tendons in the legs are loose.
掉，没办法调回来。
It's hard to recover. It cannot contract anymore. So the legs become very weak.
脚抬起，
So when you age, the legs are the first
以前能跑啊，
to go. You could not run, you cannot run anymore, although you were a good runner in the past.
老虎你知道，
Then once you know the suffering of old age,
看了联合上师的妈妈，
when I saw Master Lian He's mother, oh, she's passed. 95岁， She's 95.
只有两个人，就第一个是我的妈，
Two people, one is my mom,
第二个是姚世清，
two is Golden Mother.
老联合上师写，
I saw Master Lian He's letter and I shed tears.
妈妈
His mother had passed, and my mother also has passed.
他说我唯一亲，
That's my closest, the only loved one.
他72岁走，
She passed at 72, right after stroke.
联合的妈妈也是中风走，
And Master Lianhe's mother also passed due to a stroke.
你都会走。
We all will go one day.
这个世界上没有任何东西是真实。
In this world, there is nothing real, not one thing that is real.
看到别人也是走，我自己会走。
When I see other people's mother passes, I also cry.
但愿人长久，
I wish that we last longer
天理共产权。
and even thousands of miles apart, we share the same
世界上的事情，没有一样能够坐得住。
the things in this world cannot be hold on to.
一切
Purity, body, speech and mind
妄想妄念，完全蒙蔽。
are completely concealed by your thoughts and delusions and delusional thoughts.
所有的众生都是一样的，
All sentient beings are the same, of one nature.
就是释迦牟尼佛讲，把年长的看成你的父母，
Sakyamuni Buddha says, you treat the
同年
elder ones as your parents,
兄弟姐妹，
those at around the same age as your siblings,
继亲的
and those younger as your children.
你们是同体，
You're all of one body, no differentiations.
这个就是真正的众生的性。
That would be the true nature of sentient beings.
平等无差别，
Equality with no differentiation. One body, monoism.
佛众生
Mind, sentient beings, and the Buddhas are one with no differentiations. Those are elder are your parents.
兄弟姐妹，
Those around the same age are your siblings. Those younger are your children.
你必须要这样子有慈悲的心，
You need to have such a compassionate heart.
你这样子才能够上天堂。
Only in this way you would be able to go to heavens.
如果不这样，世界就有战争，
Otherwise, there would be wars in the world.
就不会
All different races will never be in harmony.
家庭就会闹就。
There are quarrels in the families, and people fight each other.
要世界和平，
Let
要
the world be at peace only when the heart and mind are at peace. May we all be blessed with longevity, though 1,000 miles apart we share the same beautiful moon.
– 世界上没有什么叫做上人，没有什么叫中人，没有什么叫下人。
In this world, there is not the higher people, mediocre people, or lower people. They're all equal. Why does Buddhism talk about non-killing? That's because of one body and equality. Why Tantric Buddhism talks about bardo deliverance, including the animals? Bardo delivering the animals and the hungry ghosts and those hell beings, they all need to be bardo delivered. Because they're all your parents, siblings, children. Most people will not realize this. So what are you fighting about? You're on a lawsuit. And what are siblings fighting each other for? What are they fighting for? You're actually hitting yourself. The Surangama Sutra talks. At that time, the World Honored One, out of compassion for Ananda and all the learners in the assembly, and also for all future sentient beings, so that they might establish the cause for transcending the world and serve as the guiding eye for generations to come, placed his Jambuna, the purple golden radiant hand, upon Ananda's crown. Instantly, throughout the Buddha worlds of the 10 directions, the earth quaked in 6 ways. From every Tathagata abiding in worlds as numerous as motes of dust, a precious light shone forth from the crown of each one. At the same time, these lights traveled from their respective worlds to the Jada grove and poured into the crown of the Tathagata. The entire assembly witnessed what they had never seen before. So at this time, Sakyamuni Buddha was truly compassionate toward Ananda and all the people in the assembly. I am so silly. At that time, Sakyamuni Buddha was very compassionate toward Ananda and all the learners or Sravakas in the assembly. So although they have some realizations, but they have not reached the unborn endurance. For their sake, and also for all future sentient beings. So they can establish the cause for transcending the world. So they can leave behind the 6 rebirth cycle and serve as the guiding eye. So that's the Dharma eyes, wisdom eyes, who can see clearly.
释迦牟尼佛用阎浮檀
So Sakyamuni Buddha places his
用他的
Jambunada, purple, golden, radiant hand
这个摩哈那
extended upon Ananda's crown.
摩哈那，这表示释迦牟尼佛
That shows that Sakyamuni Buddha
他开始讲如何把这个六根
starts
打开，
talking how to untie the knots of the 6 roots.
这些结可以打。
How to untie the knots of the 6 roots.
就在那个时候啊，
So just at that time, throughout the Buddha worlds of the 10 directions,
这个在十方，十方就是东南西北，
10 directions, north, south, east, west, and intermediate
一共
directions and up and down.
光世界，就是佛的世界，
So the Buddha worlds, the Pure Lands in the 10 directions with many Buddhas.
六种震动，
They
那种
quake in 6 ways.
六种震动，以前在佛经里面提到的，
It's mentioned in the Buddha Sutras.
就像地震一样，
It's like an earthquake. It's like an earthquake moving
跟如来住世界者，
from every Tathagata abiding in worlds as numerous as motes of dust.
所有的净土世界的所有的佛，
So all the Buddhas in all those Pure Lands,
这些佛呢，
the precious light shone forth from the crown of each one.
光从他的头顶上放出宝光出来，
So
其光同时以彼世界。
at the same moment, these lights travel from their respective worlds to the Jeta Grove, the place where Sakyamuni Buddha gave Dharma teaching.
那些光呢，
Anathapindika Jeta Grove.
太阳一样，
So they all
亮无数。
shines light just like the sun,
竟然呢，万如
infinite of them, into
后来在这里说的，
where Sakyamuni Buddha gives Dharma teaching.
放光，万里
Sakyamuni Buddha is right here, and all the Buddhas of the 10 directions radiating light to empower Sakyamuni Buddha.
惊人，但如来
So that's very truly marvelous.
所有在法会的众生都看到，
So, and the entire assembly witnesses what they had never seen before.
很那个很稀奇的事情。
That's a very rare and marvelous
照在那个如来的顶上面也放光，
that
上面也放光，
all the Tathagatas radiate light from above and then from below, and lights meets lights, radiates, reflects light. It's truly extraordinary and remarkable.
已经把这个开悟的口诀告诉
Just now in the Dharma teaching, I have given the fifth instruction on enlightenment. What is enlightenment?
什么叫做开悟？
What is enlightenment? What is the so-called enlightenment?
把假的认成真的，就是错误。
To mistake the real one for the false one,
证明
that's a mistake.
实
But if you can
真心
clearly recognize your own wondrous luminous true mind, that is enlightenment.
密教里面讲，身口意清净。身
So in Tantric Buddhism, we talk about pure body, speech, and mind. Once you have your body, speech, and mind purified, then you are an arhat, you are a sage, a holy one.
禅宗直接讲，
Zen Buddhism talks directly. There had never been anything,
本来就没有什么，连人都没有。
anything, including humans. Even humans do not exist.
所以六道都通通都没有。
Therefore, the six rebirth realms are also non-existent.
我的世界
Only the worlds of the Buddhas exist.
才叫开悟。
Only then it is called enlightenment. That's the true world. But the world we live in is an illusory world.
不是真实。
It's not real.
我已经举例给大家听，举了几个例子。
So I have given several examples.
老虎也是人变，
The tiger
鱼也是人变，
the tiger came from humans. Hells also manifested by humans. Hungry ghosts too were manifested by humans.
三恶道都是人变。
The three lower realms are all manifested by humans.
所以你看，师尊在做超度，
So see the master performing bardo deliverance, or before I eat fish, I would
在做超度
hold the fish up and perform bardo deliverance.
先超度，
So I would bardo deliver the fish to be eaten.
密教是这样的，密教是有
That's how Tantric Buddhism.
供养，
There is bardo deliverance, offering, and bardo deliverance.
你自己吃的东西，你要超度它。
So you need to bardo deliver the food you're about to eat. You need to chant this deliverance mantra, the rebirth mantra. You need to chant.
要吹口气让它超度，
And you need to blow a breath to bardo deliver them.
做种种手印，
And
这是绝对的。
perform all kinds of mudras that must include bardo deliverance.
你要度化众生，你要慈悲啊，六道。
If you want to deliver sentient beings, you need to be compassionate toward the beings in the six rebirth realms.
什么叫做慈悲？
What is compassion?
不是战争啊，
No wars.
你的土地呀、
It's not
我要你的，
occupying
我要你的什么
territories. I want this, I want that, I want the oils, I want your things. No, that's not compassion.
生的
That's killing.
战争是最大的杀生。
Wars are the greatest kind of killings. No, it shouldn't happen.
要成为一个圣者不容易。
It's not easy to become a sage or a holy one.
你看那个诈骗集团，
Look at the scammers.
他是做
What do they do?
财迷心窍。诈骗集团
So they are deluded by wanting riches. You cheat people out of their money. Do you know how much you hurt people?
困难会怎么样？
So when you're cheated out of your money, how would you feel?
困难怎么样？
How would you feel?
己所不欲啊，勿施于人啊。你自己不要。
So don't do things that you do not like to be done upon you.
愿意被人家骗吗？
You don't like to be cheated, to be robbed of things, right? You don't want it. So why do you do that to others?
己所不欲，勿施于人。
So it's been stated very clearly, do not do things upon others what you do not want to be done upon yourself. Yet you still scam others, you still cheat others.
现在全世界都在诈骗呢。
There are many scammers all around the world. There are scam syndicates or
美国也诈骗，
organized scam groups.
财务也诈骗，
They cheat people out of money, investments, love, whatever, through all different means to cheat people out of money. Human hearts are so scary, so
善
horrible.
良的人都被骗，
So all the good and kind people are being scammed because they just want to make a little money for a small
因为
gain.
你们基本做人的道理都没有。
They don't even have the basic integrity and morale. So don't even have that. Of course, you would fall into the three lower realms. You're not qualified to be a human even.
你自己都不要，不要人家骗你，
You don't want to be cheated or to be robbed, but you cheat others and rob others. How can that be done?
第一个你就不行。
So you can't even
是的，讲不听，
qualified, but they don't listen. They don't listen. They still
讲真话的没有人信，
scam.
大家不相信。
Nobody believes true words. Nobody believes truth. Oh, you don't see, you don't believe,
道的要紧，
and you just want to believe what you see.
就是骗的世界，就是诈骗，
It's a world of cheats and scams
是杀生世界，
and killings, stealing, lust, lies, and intoxications. Those are the Buddhist 5 basic precepts. Not to do all those.
释迦牟尼佛他说法以前，
So prior to Sakyamuni Buddha giving Dharma teaching, there are lights radiating,
是他
and the Buddha lights empowering him, and he himself also radiates light. And all the disciples will also receive Sakyamuni Buddha's Dharma teaching.
这个哭一哭，然后再讲笑话，
After crying,
笑不得，
now we talk about joke and laugh. So should we cry or laugh? Neither really works.
我想想，
So thinking about it.
释迦牟尼佛讲的六道轮回是有道理。
So what Sakyamuni Buddha teaches about the 6 rebirth realms makes sense.
是圣，是很难做的。
To reach the 4 sexual realms is very difficult,
是圣，你才不会在六道轮回。
but you have to become to reach the 4 sexual realms in order not to cycle in the 6 rebirth realms, so that you're not deluded by thoughts.
来娑婆世界，
So this time I came to the Saha world.
病
I had to experience the suffering of pain, of illnesses, of old age.
才让你经历。
They let me experience all kinds of pain and to see them all clearly.
那些生病，
I am
同情那些
very compassionate toward those who are sick, who are suffering.
牙齿那些生病痛，
Every time I give blessings to those who are ill or suffering, I always feel their sufferings.
同情那些生病，因为自
I
己
am very compassionate toward them because I have been sick myself and I know
知道那些痛，
how that feels, the pain,
痛过，所以你知道。
because you have experienced the pain yourself, so you know. So they let me experience it, so you can't even crawl
你知道，
to let you know.
你深深去体会它，那你就可以了解
Once you truly
别人的病，
understand, experience that, and then you think about how is other people's old age suffering.
悲，跟
So after you experience it, then you would have compassion.
好，谢谢。曾经有一个弟子是这样子，
One time there was a disciple
进入到畜生道，
that fell into the animal realm.
是生活中的弟子。
Two Buddha school disciples who fell into the animal realm.
我没有去把他的皮剥掉，把他救出他来。
I did not peel his skin to save him.
我跟他讲，你忍耐一点，
I told him,
那你就
just bear it, and then you will leave the animal realm very soon, and then you can be Badu delivered to Sukawati, the Pure Land. That's what I told him.
是有这样子的事情。
So such things
出生道
do happen.
跟一个同门讲，
Once I went to the animal realm and told a disciple, soon you will leave the animal realm and I would guide you to the Sukawati.
刚刚讲诈骗集团，
We talk about the scam group.
女儿跟妈妈讲，
This is the joke.
我今天
The daughter told the mom,
骗了300块，
Mom, I was cheated out of $300 by the scammer. So did you report to the police?
1000块以
But the
上
police only wants to take care of cases above 3,000. Then what should you do? Then you can't get your 300 back.
我又
But don't worry, Mom.
2700块给对方，
So I give 2,700
块才7、8万。
so that it becomes 3,000 in order to report to the police. So she's so dumb.
报案你也不一定拿得回来。
Even after you report it to the police, you may not get it back.
那个在中文字里面，
In Chinese characters,
大部分都有一个叶字旁。
for most organs, start with the moon radical.
会
Yeah, this is Chinese characters. Cannot be translated.
说明胖也是正常。你反过来再看看那些不好的，有病人，
And then,
都是有一个病字，有一个病字。
okay. Yeah, this is only meaningful in Chinese.
有3瘦，说明是什么？瘦也是一种病，应该要治，所以我别整天谈减肥。胖人
So then,
夫妇也更少，
so
生活汪汪。
this is Chinese jokes.
这个老师写了一个评语，这是一个作文。
This is a composition,
那老师也不用减肥了，
and then that's the teacher doesn't have to lose weight.
好不好？真的汉字啊，
But Chinese characters
汉字
are meaningful, actually.
小明的一个对象，他的名字叫做朱记。
Xiaoming's partner is called Zhu Ji.
他们谈恋爱谈1年多了，
They've been dating for over a year.
带回老家。
And then, during the new year, the first time to bring her home to meet his parents,
妈，
Xiaoming told mom,
朱静来了。
Zhu Ji is here. This is also another play of words of Chinese.
小明的妈妈讲，朱进来就赶出去。
Yeah, this is play of words of Chinese.
小明在讲，妈，是我的女朋友朱进来。妈妈讲，小明的妈妈讲，谁的猪也不可以进。
This is just play of words of Chinese.
哎，骗人！啊，看到你就心跳。
When I see you, my heart beats. And when I touch you, I want it.
睡觉。
When I lose you, I can't sleep.
也要
And when I get you,
睡觉。
even when I'm tired, I still want it.
就是我讲。
And then
要
when you see, don't laugh. I'm talking about money. You really want it.
保护。
保护。
保护。神经神病。
I'm crazy.
那就结束。哎，哭得很惨，笑得很开心。
I cried so hard and then I laughed so happily. That's enough. Oh, money, bring me home.